Hi everyone, my name is Sakshi,
And I'm Varun.
and this is Desperate Times podcast. But unlike our usual programming, this episode, or rather non episode, is going to be a little different. We usually shoot our episodes a week in advance. So today is 9th May, and we're
Mm-hmm.
in Canada. So this is afternoon here. And we're not going to have an episode this week just because everything that's going on rather, back home in India. And we feel like this is not the right time or space to really speak about our lives, which at the moment seem very trivial with
Yep.
everything that's going on.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, as you said, it feels a little disingenuous for us at this point in time to even film something pretending like nothing's happened, or just as if the world is as normal as it always was. So I guess it only feels right for us to kind of sit back a little, take everything in, and kind of figure out our steps from there on, because otherwise it's, as I said, extremely disingenuous of us to just go about things as normal.
Definitely. And while for a lot of people, this is not that big of a deal, but for us, sitting here in Canada, we're more worried than ever, even though we're not back home because we have friends, we have family, and I guess people are saying that the news is blown out of proportions, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still something that we're seeing on a daily basis, worried and not in the right headspace to really talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not feel right.
Yeah, no, for sure not. And for those who are watching and perhaps don't have context for some reason, because of course it's really difficult for everyone to follow media from around the world at all point in time. But very bluntly put, India and Pakistan are almost sort of at war. I don't think we can declare it to be a war just yet. But the conflicts are pretty major. There's missiles in the air every single night, from what we know. And we're sort of fortunate that our families are in cities that are not as majorly affected. At least mine is not. My family is nowhere close to a border city right now. But that being said, we can't just take things for granted and not understand that situations are serious. People sitting in Mumbai might, or people sitting in other parts of the country that are not on border cities might pretend like everything is good and everything
Mhm.
that's happening on the border is all right and the army is going to take care of things and all of that. But still, it's not the right time. It's not the right place for us to be putting up content willy nilly as if there's just nothing out there that's happening.
Yeah, and just to give you all more context of almost a war, a lot of the airports in the northern parts of the country are shut for civilian activity, for indefinite time period. There's no time period when they'd open again. And the airspace also, like both the countries have shut each other's airspace for the aircraft, so that's also there. And not just drones. I mean, there's been missile attacks, drone attacks, and we hear that we're defending well and everything, but in the end, it's human life. It's not just about which side of the border you're at or who's at fault. And
Hmm.
we've never seen anything like this. Yes, we had COVID and other things, but we've never seen our countries actually go to war. Uh,
There have been several instances of terror attacks that we have seen, but that
Correct, but
aside,
not a full blown
it's never
war
escalated to what we
this
are
level.
seeing at this
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. So also it feels a little scary. It is scary, so it feels even more so at this point because we've never seen something like this, and we just want to be sensitive to everything that's going around, and also just not in the headspace to put out any content. And we feel like other people might also not be into this kind of thing, and it might come across as insensitive.
For sure, for sure. And I feel like it's also important to just give out a little bit of a PSA to anybody who is watching. Apart from, of course, be safe no matter where you are and don't overlook things like nothing's happening.
And with that, I guess we will take your leave on this week's video. We're not calling
Mm-hmm.
this an episode, and
Nope.
hopefully we can come back to you with better news and our regular programming, hoping that everything de-escalates and settles down. Good.
Hoping by the time that you see this video, things may have already
Yeah.
de-escalated a little, but we can't be sure, guys. And We'll see you guys again when it feels a little more appropriate, because right now is just not the right time at all. But until then, guys, stay safe and bye.